Hello everyone, this is Echo Rose with Northwest Soundcheck. So this episode that you are about to watch is from January 23rd at Airport Tavern with the Tony Delisio Memorial Show. So Tony Delisio, he was born August 31st, 1966, and this show is to kind of celebrate his life after 2 years of his passing. He died in 2024. Tony was such an inspiration to so many people in the local music scene between his badass way of playing, all the bands that he was involved with from Alaska and everything else, as well as what he did for younger people in the community and just how much love that he just passed around. There was performances by Skank Tornado. These were songs that inspired Tony to be the badass musician that he was. That's also to focus on the music that he wrote, co-wrote, performed, and was inspired by. There will be performances that you'll see from members of Mechanism with some special guests, as well as some of his early music from the past. This is from like Jackal and Gypsy Rose, for example. Towards the end of the video, there will be some very kind words from family members like his sister, as well as some really close friends of his and people from his past bands. Really want to do a big thank you to Ryan Renfield for putting all of this together. It was such a beautiful show, so much bigger than anyone could have ever imagined. There was so much love in one place, just such an inspiration. It's so touching to see how one person was able to reach so many hearts. He was great. I've seen so many different situations with musicians, and Tony was just, he was so loved. So many people cared about him. His wife Ginger, which we love you, Ginger, we are here for you. His son Scott, love you. We're always here for you as well. And Tony, thank you for everything that you did for the community. And even though it's only been 2 years, your memories with everyone is never going to fade. And this is to you, Tony. And I hope you guys enjoy the footage. Sorry that's a little emotional because, you know, we all that were there, we had some experiences and some memories with Tony Delisio. So I hope you all enjoy. And if you have any memories of your own, if you missed the show or anything like that, please put them down in the comments. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. I know I can't say that enough.
Excuse me. It's okay. You take your time.
Yeah, Northwest. Oh, really? That's the first time? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's bad. Mr. Josh King. Thank you so much.
Hi everybody, I'm Heather Delicious Cameron, DLISIOUS. Tony was the most delicious, as you all know. I know, it's great. Mostly I want to start off saying thank you so much to Ryan and all the musicians tonight. A plus together. Tony would absolutely love it, and I was telling my husband David earlier, should I tell the story about the time Tony did this? And he's like, no, I don't think so. No, it's not the time for that. But I walked in, this was so great, I walked in, and the band that just played, they were playing Queen of the R.I.P. And I was like, oh no, I was transplanted. It was 1983, 84. Tony sent my brother Scott and I a cassette tape. He was living in Woodstock, and he said, do you love my new band? Listen to my new band, it's so rad. He totally pumped us. We thought it was the coolest thing we'd ever heard, and that started our love of Queen's R.I.P. and Tony's love of Seattle music scene has endured for years. Very cute. So Scott, if you're watching, that was hilarious, and he totally got us. Okay. So, but mostly what I'm here to say is thank everybody. Thank you all so much, because Tony had so much love and support, Tony and Ginger, and our whole family. That was the craziest thing that we all experienced. It is an absolute miracle that Scott is still alive and doing so well. I know, yay! He and my mom were really sad they couldn't make it tonight, so I have to represent for the whole family. But also, I just want to shout out, Ginger Delisio is crushing it. Ginger, I'm so proud of you. So proud of Ginger, so resilient, and I'm just so impressed. But thank you all for this community. Tony loved it so much. He talked about it in his very last moments about how much it meant to him, and everybody had so much love and support. So thank you, and rock on, Tone.
Tori Baki, damn glad to know you. Damn glad to know Tony Delisio. So I've been playing off and on with Mike Gerstner for several years, and he called me up in January of '89, I think it was. He just met Tony. Tony had just moved down here. We hooked up. It was Gypsy Rose. We went on to play some really fucking killer shows.
Hell yeah!
Saying among musicians, play with people who are better than you. It makes you a better player. And definitely Mike Gerstner, Tony Delisio, and as Tony says, the illustrious Rick Hoy made me a better player. I had great times with them. We had so much fun. We played all over the place. We did a West Coast Battle of the Bands in Portland, 36 bands. We tied for first. We absolutely killed it. It was fantastic. Tony is a great friend. We had a lot of good times together. Tony, Rick, and I shared an apartment for a while. Times were lean. We had like a 5-pound bag of potatoes. And we're going south with the eyes crawling out and stuff. So what can we do with this? Let's pitch him off the roof or off the balcony. So we each grabbed a potato and lined up. And sometimes we like go back in the unit, come running out. and throw it as far as we could. It was fun. Tony is one of the first guys I knew who had a computer. He was the first guy I knew who had a computer. He had this really cool driving game. It was like a roller coaster thing, whatever. But he also, I mean, his early graphic design stuff, he designed the Gypsy Rose logo on that computer. I remember watching him do it, and it's like, dude just had vision. You know, he just put it all together. And yeah. Obviously, you know he's a great player. So, glad to be here. Thanks for coming out. Love you, Tom.
Hello, I'm Mark Weaver. I was Tony's road manager at Gypsy Rose and with Mechanism. Love you all too. Tony was a great friend to me. Many years we spent together. I had the pleasure of going up to Alaska with him.
I don't finally into the mic.
I'm not used to this shit. Anyway, coming from a guy that never played an instrument, never learned how to play an instrument, I have been around bands since 1989 was my first time with Tony. At the Ballard Firehouse. And Rick Lloyd broke the fucking sound. Blew the power out of the Ballard Firehouse. And Mike Gershwin carried on with the drum solo. I'd like everybody that is familiar with Gypsy Rose and those aren't to please raise a glass for Mr. Michael Gershwin that's with us. Mr. Bones, as he was called. For Rick Hoy that is back home in Georgia. David Poor. Mr. Von Shred. Mr. Dwayne Baki. He had long hair back then. You know, but getting to go up to Alaska and see at Tony's hometown and spending time with his mom. Wherever you're at, Mom, we love you. We wish you were here. The Ginger and all the family. You know, look at you all out there. This is beautiful. Tony would absolutely fucking love this. And I'm going to leave with this. May 1,000 camel toes caress your chin.
So this, you know, there's a lot to say in a little bit of time. It's hard. It's been hard. Tony and I met when we were teenagers. He came over to my house. He sat on my sofa and watched my band play. And he got up and he said, "I'm joining this fucking band." And I was 17 years old. Tony had just turned 18. That was in the fall of 1984. Spring of 1985, he joined Jackal. I was proceeded to fucking rock. And I have to say, you know, our lives, back and forth, up and down, never lost our friendship. Paths split ways, come back together. And when I returned back to this state in 2012 with 2 brand new babies and my wife, Tony said, "Hey man, let's jam." I didn't know anybody, man. I'd lived in Alaska for 17 years before that, so I didn't know anybody. And Tony opened his arms, man. Tony's the biggest fucking heart. Tony's got the biggest soul. And he just opened his arms and said, "Man, come in, I will introduce you. Let's get Sons of Mercury going." And we proceeded to rock in Sons of Mercury. And that's how I met everybody here. I didn't know anybody. I know everyone here through Tony Delisio. He turned me on. Heather. I've known Heather as long as I've known Tony. It's fucking crazy, man. You know, and then Tony got sick. I fucking don't want to talk about it too much. I'll get choked up. But I love him, man. I will always love Tony. Tony, man, this is for you, brother. Tonight is for you, Tony. All right, that's all I got.
When Tony said, you know, man, this stuff is so trivial. None of this matters. What matters is what made us friends to begin with. And that was why he told you about how he and I met. We were in tears. How rare is that? You meet somebody, you guys are joking, and you're just rolling and crying. One of the most wonderful gifts he's ever given me. So where I think we're at here with this is we did patch things up on the phone. I did get a chance to visit him when he flew down and was in the UW hospital. And came in, you know, things were quickly back to normal. And we were just joking and talking and so on. But when I left, I said, hey man, I gotta go to Hawaii, Tony, but I'm working right up here. When I get back, I'm gonna come and visit you. And so I said, you know, as I walked out, I said, bro, man, I love you. I'm glad we had this moment. He goes, Bobby, I love you too. So we threw all the other bullshit to the side. Nothing fucking matters except for friendship. So that's when I went to Hawaii, and then it was a Tuesday morning. I get a call from Ginger, and she told me that Tony had passed, and it just crushed me because I thought he was going to survive this. Because you know Tony, he's a survivor. And I didn't expect it. I had bought or purchased these shot glasses in Hawaii because they had shot glasses with breasts on them, boobies. Because you know Tony loves his boobies. So the intent was to come back and he'll have a shot of orange juice and fuck that, I'm just sleeping vodka or something. Well, that never happened. And that's unfortunate, but I did have that time with Tony. And we got to patch things up, and I can only say, whatever you guys think about people, you know, with what's going on now, go back to thinking about what brought you together as friends to begin with. Yes. That's what matters. It really is. Bobby, it's bullshit. It's petty. It's dumb. It's okay to think differently. So that's what I wanted to share, because I think that was what Tony would want to see. You know, bringing everybody together. And here we are, let's stay together. Keep those contacts with people that you're seeing. You don't have to see eye to eye, but you have to be friends, man, because that's what brought you together to begin with. All right?
Thank you all for coming out and showing such great support for Tony. Got your drinks in hand. The ones that you love better than anything, boobs. Next up is Rick. You know the words.
Hey there, so I hope you enjoyed the beautiful footage. This was kind of emotional due to the fact that I personally had memories with Ginger and Tony. I'm so glad to be a part of this. This wasn't just a project. This was to show how much love there was for Tony Delisio. And my intro obviously probably showed how emotional it was. So I really hope you enjoyed the footage, and again, if you have any other memories of Tony, please leave them in the comments, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, week, month, year. Just show so much love to everybody, and just make sure that if there's people that are close to you that they know, and cherish all the fond memories, because we never know, right? Even when we're gone, the love is still there. So I hope you all again enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching, and spending the time to see all the wonderful performances by so many people that participated. Love you all, and love you, Ginger, and love you, Tony.